My name's Nikita Fajita, and you might know me as that VR treadmill girl. And that's because I am that VR treadmill girl. I've done a lot of miles on a VR treadmill. Today is the VR Fitness Summit, and I thought it'd be fitting to share a little bit about my fitness journey personally. The VR Fitness Summit is a worldwide day of VR games and apps that focus on fitness, VR sports, and wellness. Val VR, a bunch of game studios, and some influencers have all got together to try to make today be the biggest day of VR fitness ever. In honor of VR Fitness Day, I want to share my journey a little more in depth than I've shared before, and how VR really changed my health for the better. Before I started making content, I don't have any videos of myself at all. I don't even have a lot of pictures of myself. I didn't like the way I looked at all, so I avoided the camera. But I do have a few pictures. The first time I thought I was fat, I was 10 years old. The first time I tried a diet, I was 11 years old. And I have literally tried hundreds of times to lose weight without success before this. And I'm not exaggerating. I grew up in a broken home where diet was not prioritized. We mostly ate food bank food, which, if you know about that, is a lot of bread. So a lot of times I would just eat straight up bread for meals, and I formed some really bad habits. Also, fast food was like gold because we didn't get it really often, so that also made a really bad habit in my mind of wanting to eat that kind of stuff whenever I could. And since money was tight when I was a kid, I didn't really play any sports. I didn't play sports, but my dad did have a computer in his room, and I started playing video games. And I loved it, and it became my outlet for years and years and years. But that combo together is not good for your health, to be sitting on your butt, playing video games, and eating bread. So consequently, I was overweight. And it followed me into adulthood. It followed me because I formed habits. Bad habits. But you know what? My passion for video games pulled me out. It really did. Because I love video games so much, I wanted to take the next step into video games, which is virtual reality. And as soon as I had enough money to buy a VR headset, I did. And I spent every dime in my bank account to buy that VR headset. It was the Rift S, and I bought it on Black Friday, and I spent everything I had. I didn't even have enough to buy a game. My brother bought me a game. He bought me Blade and Sorcery. Thank you, brother. But it didn't change my life until I got a VR treadmill, and I started taking my diet more seriously too. I was working out on the VR treadmill, and I was taking care of my diet, and those two together helped me out so much. I lost a lot of weight. And you might be like, why didn't you just play VR fitness apps? There weren't a lot of options back then that I can remember. There was like Beat Saber and whatnot, and I did play that, but I wasn't taking everything else seriously, and you really need diet and exercise to lose weight. Trust me, okay? So years after I got my first VR headset, I saw on an email from CavVR that their treadmill was under $1,000. And that's a lot of money, I know, but I had previously seen these treadmills for like $5,000 or more. And I want to walk in video games. That sounds amazing. So I spent the money and I got one for myself for my birthday. And I started playing on it in November of 2023. I tried searching for weight loss on a VR treadmill, and I didn't find anything. But all I could think is there's no way I could be overweight if I play video games on a treadmill. It just makes sense, okay? But I didn't find anything, so I decided to make my own video. And I was hoping maybe I'd find a few nerds who also wanted to know. It somehow went viral, my first video, even though it was really bad quality.
This is day one playing on a VR treadmill until I am no longer large and in charge. I wish to only be in charge.
A lot of my videos were really bad quality, but I was authentically myself and I showed what I was doing. I really wanted to lose weight playing VR, and I believed it was possible. I took care of my diet. I cut down the calories. I did keto when I first started for a little while, and a lot of other things. I kind of just explored the possibilities of changing my diet in a bunch of different ways to find what works for me. And during this process, I found a lot of healthy recipes I actually like. I thought I didn't like cabbage. I thought I didn't like cauliflower. Turns out just eating straight up steamed cauliflower is gross, and there's better ways to do it. I know, that's crazy. I also learned so much about nutrition since then. And it's because of this journey. It's because of VR that I learned these things. And I know it's not directly connected, but I wouldn't have researched it. I wouldn't have looked it up. I thought I knew it all. Oh, just eat 1,000 calories, lose weight, but then it's not something that's actually sustainable to do. It's not sustainable to just cut calories. You have to change your habits. And this journey has done that for me in more ways than one. I stuck to it, and I did 155 days straight of playing on the VR treadmill and not slipping up on the diet too much. I did slip up here and there, but I lost 50 pounds. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. I'm still shook. VR put food into perspective for me because I could see the amount of calories I was burning every day. Like, is one sweet roll I can eat in 2 minutes worth running on a VR treadmill for 3 hours? A switch flipped in my mind, and I realized not every food is worth the effort. And there is an idle burning rate everyone has, so I'm not saying you have to earn every piece of food you put in your mouth. But on top of your maintenance calories, it's not worth running hours to eat these treats you can eat in 2 minutes. And I started swapping out these type of foods for healthier options. And I lost 50 pounds. And since then, I've gone up, I've gone down, I've gone up, I've gone down. And it's because those old habits that I talked about in the beginning of the video about my diet have reared their ugly head. And it's really hard to stop. It's really hard to stop a sugar addiction. It's really hard to stop a fast food addiction. It's really hard to stop a drug that you see all around you. It's just tough. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it every day. I hope you guys know that. And I'm ashamed that it's gone up and down. I wish it was just down. But it is what it is. And I'm going to show you guys the truth 100% all the time. I hope that wasn't too deep, but I just wanted to give y'all a full picture of why. Of why I was the way I was. Of why I am the way I am. And why it's a constant effort. My journey started at 210 pounds. I got down to 160 pounds. I'm 5 foot 2 inches tall. That's a big deal. When I first started, I could only do 30 minutes of running on the VR treadmill before I thought I was gonna throw up. But 5 months after I started, I did a half a marathon on the VR treadmill. Real world miles, 13.1 miles. I did in Minecraft for charity. You can do anything. I'm not special. You can do this too. And you don't need a VR treadmill. Just get into VR because it gets you moving. Even just a little bit, even just waving your arms, it adds up. All the little things add up. And I have the exercise down. I want to exercise. It is a habit that I want to do every day. I love running on the VR treadmill. I love playing VR fitness games. I love it all. And I think the best way to work out in VR is to run on the VR treadmill and then play a VR fitness game that works out your arms. You get a full body workout. And that's my fitness story. And I hope you'll share your fitness story in the comments if you have one. And if you don't have one yet, today's the day to get one. Special thanks to fitxr for flying me out all the way to LA to do some cool, like, movie stuff, commercial stuff. I felt like I was in a movie. I really like fitxr. They are the sponsor of this video, and I have streamed their game a lot. I've streamed it a lot, and I play with my viewers, so I hope that you'll join the stream sometime and we can play together.
If you've never heard of fitxr, it's a VR fitness app with habit-forming progression. There are achievements to unlock and multiplayer. And there are tons of options for different workouts to do. Like, I feel like I could scroll forever. I subscribed for an entire year because I like this fitness game so much. Check fitxr out, start a free trial, and see if you like it.
If you like this video, consider subscribing and leaving a thumbs up because I was really vulnerable. And I still don't know if I want to post this. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.
She's a hype girl, she's a vibe, like, comment and subscribe.